Merriam-Webster defines smorgasbord as a luncheon or supper buffet offering a variety of foods and dishes. Similarly, life in and of itself is a variety of people, careers, and cultures. Join me, Matt Bingel, as we discuss how each individual became the person that they are today, and whatever else they want to talk about too. It's an open invitation, and you're invited. So come on in and grab a seat. Welcome to Bingle Smorgasbord. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Bingle Smorgasbord. Come on in, grab a seat. My name's Matt Bingel. Welcome to another episode of Bingle Smorgasbord. Delighted you're here for this one. Today, we not only welcome back my co-host for this episode, Matt Hammer and Andi Cohen. Today, we welcome Debra Schwartzberg Levy. You may also know her as the catfish Rachel in the most recent season of The Circle, which is a reality show on Netflix, although next season it will be on Hulu. This is an amazing, hilarious conversation. We talk mostly about her season of The Circle and reality television and the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. It is a hilarious and amazing conversation with Debra Schwartzberg Levy, also known as Rachel, on season 7 of The Circle. Hope you enjoy.
Okay, first of all, look at all this together. First of all, please welcome back my co-host, my crew, Matt Hammer, Andi Cohen. Welcome back.
Thank
what
you.
up?
Always great to have you guys here. But our main focus today is
My dogs. Yep. This is my welcome to your show. Is my dogs.
The dogs are the guests.
Yes, the dogs are the
do
guests.
Please
Yes.
welcome the dogs to the show, everybody.
Woo!
Yay!
Yes, Finny and Archie.
Hey, dogs.
You guys need to stop it.
Dogs
Yeah,
are
Finny
great.
and Archie, how you doing today?
Yeah.
Come here.
Bark. How you doing today, Mark?
How you doing today, Finny and Archie? Yeah.
This is Finn. I can't pick Archie up because he's like 50 pounds.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, so cute.
Okay.
what breed of dog?
Archie is the ultimate mutt. He's a little bit of everything, and Finny is a palm chi. So, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Deb, guys, aka Rachel.
Yes,
Woo!
Deb, Rachel, welcome. Wonderful to have you here. Very excited to have you.
I am so excited to talk to you guys. I love talking about The Circle, and you guys seem like a fun crew, so I'm very happy. Ask me anything.
Well, that's great because
Yes.
well, first thing I want to know is so what made you decide to go, you know what? I'm going to apply for The Circle. Had you watched The Circle beforehand, prior seasons?
So you could probably tell, I'm not quite the demographic of The Circle audience. No, I had not ever seen The Circle. It was not my idea. It was my friend's daughter and her, at that time, fiance. They're now married. She called me and said, my favorite reality TV show is casting, and I think you should apply. And I started laughing. I was like, what show? And she told me about it. I was like, I've never seen it. I watched a promo with her and I started laughing. I thought it was funny. I said, there's no old people on there. She goes, no, sometimes they do. They have moms on there. Like, you should do it. So I said to her, because I just adore her. I've known her since she's a baby. I said, if you come on FaceTime with me, I'll fill out the application with you. Now, if you could have seen the application and the answers I gave, you wouldn't be surprised by why they probably called me, because we laughed for about an hour online, like crying laughing, because my answers were insane. They were real. I mean, it's me. I'm insane answers. And then at the very end, they said, you have to record a 1-minute video. And I was like, Maddie, what am I supposed to do? She goes, get off and just like record yourself. And one take, I went, I'm Deb. I don't know. You should put me on the show because I'm freaking hilarious. Like literally 1 minute of me doing that. And that was it. And I heard nothing for about 6 months.
Wow.
And I forgot about it, to be honest. And when they called and there's like, is this Deb Levy? Did you apply for The Circle? I literally had to go, wait, what? I thought it was hilarious. And the funnier part too is I told them I couldn't talk. I was too busy. Could they send me an email because I was going to be busy for the next few days? I just didn't know. And I would get back to them when I was free. So a few days later, I was like, oh, hi. Yeah, I can meet with you. I didn't. Yeah. And then as I kept going through each interview, I started watching the show. I had to binge it. And then, of course, I had to have a sit down with my husband and my sons and be like, it seems like they're pushing me through here. Are we okay if I keep going? Like, what happens? And it became like, what happens if I get on? Like, ha 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 ha.
Well, it's funny you say that with that 1 minute intro video, because that's the exact, as you know, the intro video that we saw when they were introducing you.
Well, what's funny is that intro video is like the video that I did that I sent to them pretty much is me. That the intro would go, hi, I'm Deb. That is legit. Like that is the video, the intro video that I sent them of myself. That's what's so funny. Like what you see when I'm like, I'm Deb, I'm 54able. That's what I basically sent them. Exactly.
Yep.
So it is really funny that, you know, and it's me 100%. And that, you know, they were like, you know, how many followers do you have? I was like, I don't know how to look for that. They're like, okay. And I had to check. And I was like, oh, I have 200 followers on Instagram. Like, it's very funny. It was very, very funny. Yes, 100%.
I will say your intro made me fall in love with you immediately, and I'm like, that's my person. We match energies. And this was when I was with my ex at the time. I'm like, she's just an older version of me. I love this.
You know, I get that a lot. Like people see a lot of them because again, I'm just this like, wow, what are we doing? I don't know.
That's me on a daily basis. You can ask these two.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing today? Oh yeah, I forgot. Never mind.
Yeah, but I just say what's on my mind. I'm like, whatever, it's all good.
Yep.
Right.
That's how we are too.
That's how we are. We just speak our
that.
minds and we don't hold back. It's great.
I love that. I love that. So it was an accident, kind of how I got on. So glad I did it. What a really unique, crazy thing to have been able to say you did. And I feel very lucky, being that I went into this very much like, huh? What is this? That my expectations for after were just, I would just go about my business. And I didn't have any expectations of, you know, people always like, are you going to go on any other shows? I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I have no, like, even if they came, they actually have, let me rephrase that. The casting people have come to me about some other shows. I'm like, yeah, can I sit on a couch all day like I did on the circuit? Then no, don't call me again. Like, if I can't sit on a couch all day, I'm not doing it. Like, no, I'm not.
That's like my life, honestly. But if I can just sit on the couch all day, well, that'd be ideal.
It's like okay, because I love the circle so much, and then it got canceled, and it's coming back on Hulu, which we'll get to later. But it's like me as a disabled individual. I'm like, okay, the circle's the one show that I could do.
100%. Literally, I sat on the couch most of the day, and I napped every day. Every day I was sleeping. Every day I was taking a nap.
I love that for you.
I mean, the only things that I wouldn't be able to do is when they had you do those activities. I would have a little problem doing those, but I could get away with it. But
you could do, trust me, you could do them. They could put a veil on you like for a bride, or like, trust me.
I would love to see you in a veil. Not gonna lie.
Right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, no, don't say you could. You trust me, they would make it work for you, because literally, for me, most of that's the running joke that I would say to them all the time. I was like, they were trying to film me. You'll appreciate this, Matt. You were saying, you know, it's the one show you could do. Yes, because here's the thing. They're like, hey, Deb, we want to film you in other areas. I'm like, but I don't want to leave the apartment. And they would say, like, well, can't you go to the gym? They made me go to that gym the one time, and I hated every second of it. And I never went back. I was like, no. So then they're like, well, how about we film you outside? I'm like, it's hot out. Well, I was the worst.
Well,
was that in Atlanta, right?
It was in Atlanta. Yes, it was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That explains it.
That explains a lot, because I used to live right outside of Atlanta, in Metro Atlanta.
Yeah. So Matt, 100%, you were right. You could it is the perfect show for people who were like, can I just sit here and like just strategize and read my books? Stuff like that.
Because as I would watch, I would say, would I go in as myself, or would I go in as a catfish? And I honestly, I think I would go in as a catfish because because when people, because I wouldn't want to go in. The reason I think I would go in as the catfish is because I wouldn't want to go in and play the disability card. So yeah.
And that was for me. I didn't want to necessarily like play the mom card, and that had already kind of been done too. I thought someone would think I was what was her name? Mama, the son pretended to be her. Yeah. I thought that was so. What was funny is they were like, well, what would you do for a catfish? I was like, I want to be me when I was 26. Like I wanted to be myself. So I was like, I'll just use the girl who I got on the show that got me on the show. It's her best friend, Rachel, who I watched her grow up too, and she always reminded me of me. So that's why it was easy to use her pictures, because I could kind of see myself as her.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like I was actually impersonating something. I was like, that's me when I was 26.
And it actually worked out because for you, because she was, I'm like, because as soon as I saw Rachel's pictures, I said Deb's going far. And the reason,
Oh yeah.
like the reason I said that, because I'm like, before I just watched your video and then I found out you were not playing as yourself, because I said, if she goes in as herself, because I saw the cast and I said, if she goes in as herself, she'll be the first one eliminated.
Yeah.
Because
They were all in the 20s, the 30s range. Yeah.
That was you're exactly right. I mean, you're all hitting the nail on the head, right? Like, it's really good. I'm glad that was the decision to make.
Yeah.
And I think funny enough, I know they all thought it was a catfish anyway. I think they would have thought I was a catfish if I went in as myself. That's what's even funnier. Like, I think they would have been like, there's no way this woman,
too.
right? There's no way this woman could be real.
Right.
Well,
you had a lot of like relatable moments on the show too. Like I appreciated it. Like I was going through a rough time, and every time I watch the next episode, I'm like, oh my gosh, she survived. I'm loving it.
And for me, I had two people I wanted to win, and you were one of them.
I agree.
I was also rooting for Madeline a little bit, which you had to
love her. She was
love
so
her,
funny
but
on the show.
what you had to swap with at one point in the show. So when you get those messages and it was like, oh, you have to swap with Madeline, blah blah blah. What was that like for you? Because you already weren't playing yourself, and now they're telling you got to swap with a person you barely know.
So you were catfishing a catfish, pretty much.
Yeah. So what's funny about that is they didn't show. If you could have seen, I had like a map. I tried to map things out. It was a mess. Like what's that meme from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia thing where he's like,
oh yeah,
that was basically me. I'm like, I gotta keep track of this. So at first I was like, okay, wait, I am Rachel pretending to be this person, and then I knew about Andi when we met. She's like, and I sexted with Andi. I'm like, oh no.
I remember that.
Yeah, and that is legit because my running joke with Phil is like, sexting for me and Phil is, did you make dinner? And if he says yes, I'm like, oh my gosh, you made dinner. Woo! Or he'll be like, right? Or I'll get a text from him and like, hey Deb, were you able to pick this up while you were out? And I'll be like, yes. And I know he's like, oh my God, I love her. Like, that's, we're not from the sexting age. So
I love that though.
I do wish, like, I would love to see some of the filming that went on, because you had to see the amount of time I spent like I was writing things down. I was like, what's a cherry? Wait, no, what's a peach? I was like, wait, what? I was trying to think, like, I know there are emojis for things, but I don't know what they are. And I was literally writing things down. I was like, I don't think banana's correct. Like, I was like, it's not a banana. Like, I literally was like writing all these things. I was like, I know this. Wait, hang on. And I would write, you're going to use this to this. And yeah, needless to say, it was horrifying. And they left a few, like, obviously you can imagine how much they cut.
Right.
That conversation, I was sweating by the end. It went on for like an hour. It was painful for me. I was like, I can't do this. I can't. This is so bad. Because I didn't know what was going on. And it's funny to watch myself when I was like, is that sweat? Like, I did not know what they were doing. Like, I didn't know what these were. I didn't know.
Well,
I love that though. I think like I wish they showed that of you trying to figure everything out. I think that would have been like perfect. I think that would have been so funny.
It was very funny.
And I would have been yelling at my TV like, I got you, boo boo. Come on.
It was, and like I said, it's funny looking at it. Not only was I flirting with as a catfish, I was flirting with a catfish. Like neither one. She was like, oh, poor.
well,
I was like, wait, what is happening? I can't. So to watch it, because at the time I'm horrified and I'm not sure if Andy's a catfish or not, but I definitely think Andy's a guy. And I'm like, oh, he's going to know. He's going to know. He's going to know. Meanwhile, on the other end, to watch it after is hilarious, right? Because then I see how there's like, oh, no.
well, and then it turned out you were flirting with two dudes.
And it's just so weird, right? Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. It's looking at it, and it is funny to watch it back.
Oh, yeah. It was probably, like, awkward when you were doing it.
Yeah,
but now, like, that you can look back, it's, like, freaking hilarious.
Exactly. And
like, that's
Heather,
who I was really, that's who I was really flirting with.
Well, it's like, remember when the season before us, Brandon, he's like, hey, and he came out, he's like, you were sexy talking with me, and he's like, look at me. By the way, Brandon, I have to say, is probably one of my all-time favorite people in the world. You have to ask him. I sent him his own Brillo. I love him. We spent a lot of, when we did the cast party, I spent some time with him, and I was like, you are like, I wanted to take him home with me and just keep him in my pocket. Like he's just good. He oozes sweetness. He's a good soul. Yeah, and I couldn't help it. And I said, I sent you and I sent him his own Brillo. The Brandon pillow. Yes.
I love
so
he had the hot dogs.
Yeah. Oh, everything about him. He's a true, what you think of him like he's even better.
Oh,
what you see is real. What you see is 100% real about him, and he's even better. Like he oozes true, like just sweetness. I just adore him. I adore him.
I love how each season, like, they bring back the cast for like a big cast party.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like everyone gets to meet each other, and like so many new bonds created.
Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe an all catfish season with.
Would that be hilarious?
I think that would be
so wild and
and I wonder if you read what Hulu's going to do, they are changing things up. Yeah. I wonder if they'll, I'm like, oh no, it's Hulu now. They probably won't bring all the cast back now. They're going to make it their own, which is a shame. But I'm curious to see what they do. They could really, you could have some real fun with this. You could really,
I did read that. It's funny you bring that up because I am concerned a little bit, just because, like, I don't want to, and I don't think they will, but I don't want them ruining the nuance of what the circle is.
Right, you don't want it to turn into Big Brother because it's not Big Brother.
No.
Right, so you don't want it to. Although, come on, Angela's a hoot. Let's just say she is funny.
Well,
I catfished as her one season in a Big Brother game. It was so funny, and I acted just like her.
Yeah,
it was great.
It's great.
It's funny you bring up Big Brother because I'm also, as we talked about before we started recording, I'm a massive Big Brother fan.
Yeah.
And I like when like because I think it would be kind of fun to bring back All Stars, because in the circle it could actually work.
I think
Because
so.
I think so.
you could just play as
Oh, go ahead.
somebody else.
I could be Brandon.
Yes.
I would,
Now,
I would love to see you two switch as each other. I think that would be great.
now, if they called you up and said, "Deb, we're doing an All-Star season of the Circle,"
100%. I don't even have to wait for the question. 100%. Because I could sit on a couch
well,
and I can read. And wait, and don't forget, I read. People don't realize you don't have a lot of downtime, but you do. I
Yeah.
read 7 books. Physical books, by the way, because you can't have a Kindle. I was like, I have to physically bring my books with me. Okay. I had a carry-on for just like my toys and my books. I read 7 books. I did an entire art project. I napped every day. Like, I was quite content. But then again, I'm Gen X, and I was used to entertaining myself without TV, without radio. Like, I'm used to doing, like, that's how I grew up. Like, going to work, kids, deal with it. And, you know, I'm like, okay.
Now this is just what I've read, and this is why I want to ask you this, because you say you never believe everything you read on the internet. So, I read that you have handlers either right outside the door or living with you in the apartment.
No. Oh, yes. Okay. So in my apartment is just me.
Okay.
But there are a lot of people who do come, like, they are really, I give them a lot of credit. You know, you go through a big psychological testing beforehand. But when you're there, they try not to bring people in that often, because part of it is you being alone. That being said, there is a psychologist on site every day who checks in with everybody. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
That's actually good.
That's just it. Like, I have no, and I think that's why you probably don't hear like anyone from the circle coming out with like, these people treated us terribly, and you know, look, reality TV isn't all real per se, and I can tell you a little bit like my thoughts on that a little bit, how they manipulate you. They don't ever, just so you know, everything I did was my choice, my decisions. Was I manipulated? Yes. And did I know I was being manipulated? Yes. And did I sometimes say, not talking to you anymore, not discussing this, I know what you're trying to do, not changing my mind. Like, and other nights I was like, yeah, you're probably right, let me think about that. Like, depended on my mood, to be honest, but they treated us really well. So you always had a psychologist checking in. Then you had so imagine there's a big producer for the whole thing. And as they're taping, apparently they took over the whole building. They were editing as they were going.
Oh,
so they're doing that. And then, so you have a producer for the whole thing. And then each person had their own producer. So your producer, and you had 2 different ones. You had a morning one and a night one. And they always came in and checked in. Hey, Deb, you ready for the morning? You know, they wake you up and they're like, you ready? I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever you're going to bring it. And then she's like, okay, how you feel it? Like, they would check in. Then when the night one would come on, they would check in. Then you had, every morning, it was hilarious because like you're alone for most of the day. The battery pack guy would come in and be like, hey, what you doing? Talk to me for a second. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm so happy to talk to someone live, right? And he'd be like, I'm just changing your batteries, Deb. I'm like, okay, thank you. Then the food people were allowed to come in sometimes, and like I would talk to them like, oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go shopping? Where'd you get my food from? Because the food thing is you order food every other day because you don't know if you're going to be, they don't want to fill a week where you might be out. So every other day you filled out like, you know, oh yeah, pick me up some salad, pick me up, you know, frozen dinner, whatever you wanted. So that was every other day and they'd bring it in. But other than that, and then the handlers, yes. So when you did go from place to place, which like I said was my worst nightmare, I was like, please don't make me leave the apartment. They would, I'm sorry, I'm going to laugh. Even though we were all, apparently our apartments were on opposite floors, on opposite wings. Like we were kind of far, just in case, like they had to be really careful. Right. They would put headphones, you know, so you couldn't hear anything. And then they put a blindfold on you. They would lead you to the outside or to the gym just in case. And I have the example of why they do this. We had a fire drill.
Oh no.
Your fire alarm went off in the middle of the night. Okay. Now I'm a I'm a deep sleeper. I get up
Oh
and
no!
and at night the camera's off in your room, but there's always a camera on in the living room. That actually also came up for me because one night I got sick because I ate too many cookies. That's another story. But anyway, so I come, they're like, Deb, someone's gonna come and get you to walk you out. And I literally walk out to the living room, I'm like, can I just sit on the couch? So I was like, it's probably not real. This is why they are careful. Kevin, this is a great, like you, if you can ever, I could get Kevin on your
paper.
Kevin jumped up, opened his door, and started running out into the hall.
That sounds like something I would do. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So that's why they were like, ah! You know, and meanwhile, I didn't even want to open my door. I was like, do I have to even like get out of the building? Don't make me. So that's, you can imagine, like,
It's like, do I have to be on a computer?
We might have, like, he could have run down the stairs and run it, like, you know. But anyway, so Kevin ran out, which is freaking hilarious to me.
So wait,
I like Kev.
I love
his
where'd you
gameplay.
guys go? You couldn't all be together. Where
Correct.
did you end up?
So it wound up by the time they came up to get me, they did the all clear. Now, some of the people did get let out. I guess they must have been on lower floors than me. They had a plan in place. Like, they came in and put with blindfolds for you and led you out to different areas. I was like, please don't speak.
Wow, okay.
But Kevin opened his door.
No.
Fleeing the situation. Yeah,
So I feel so bad. I was so mean to him. I love him so. I love them all.
Yeah, because you were
aggressive towards him. I loved it.
So aggressive. I really thought he was some 40-year-old guy, and I was gonna hate his guts when I met him. I thought for sure he was a 40-year-old guy. I was gonna be like, you douche, right? Like, he's just
You douche canoe.
Do you know he's again one of my favorite people. He's so funny. And I will tell you this, he has been such a trooper. In the beginning, I got recognized like in a lot of different places I would go, like young, it's mainly people in their 20s, be like, are you Rachel from something? I'm like, yes. So if people would stop and talk to me, I'd be like, you want to talk to someone? Hang on. And I would send a group message and be like, guys, I ran into someone. Is anyone available? And Kevin's like, I am. He talked to so many people. He was really cute. They all, I would say every single person at some point was like, I can talk to, like, it made people's day. And they were like, Deb, you seem to be the main person that people come up to. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm the old lady and they're not like, I'm a mom. They're not embarrassed. Well, think about it. Like, yeah. I'm sure if you saw, like, Jadeja told a great story. Jadeja, Darian, Savannah, and Kevin went to an amusement park. They could see people recognize them, but they didn't want to come up to them. And I was like, that's because they think, you know, you guys would think you're too cool, even though I know that's not the case. With me, they're like, oh, that's just Deb. She'll talk to us. Like, I think there's a little bit of an ease to come up to the mom and be like, oh my God.
I love how Darian and Jadeja got married also. That was amazing.
So after we filmed the finale, we all got to go out to dinner and we were there for hours. We were in the hotel for hours just talking, getting to know each other.
Oh yeah.
Those two, I was joking around and I think it was Garrett. I leaned over and I was like, is it me or is there steam coming off of them? Like, we need to get them to a room because this, like, I'm watching this like, oh, what is happening here? Like, it was like we need to shut this down and let them go because and everyone was like, oh my God. Yeah. And, you know, we had to keep it a secret. So we knew they started, let's see, we finished filming in October. The first trip they did together was Jamaica in December. So imagine basically almost a full, so 2 months later, they went to Jamaica together and that was like, they fell in love. Like that was it. So we knew they were dating. We knew that he had met her. Like we knew this and we all just were like,
nice.
We couldn't say anything. And then when the show premiered, we still couldn't say anything and because you don't know that you don't know they end up together and you want that to kind of come at the end. So yeah.
I had a feeling during the show though, when they had the episode of the weddings and everything, I'm like, that's it. That's it.
Yep.
And I had a friend actually go to that wedding too, so.
I couldn't go because my son, Andrew, had to graduate college that weekend.
Oh, how dare he.
How dare everyone went, and you saw that obviously Kevin and Garrett and Savannah were part of the wedding party, and
Yeah.
everyone else went. It was really great. My son was graduating college, so therefore I did not go. But I did send a gift, and just so you know, one of the things I sent them because of the espresso martini is I sent them espresso glass.
Yeah.
Nice.
Part of my gift was like as a reminder that you said old ladies like, yeah.
That's funny.
So I made sure that when they use them, they will have to think of me.
Of course.
That's amazing.
That really is. So you had mentioned Big Brother earlier. What other reality shows were you, or I guess, are you into, like before or after The Circle?
So before The Circle, I was an original Survivor girl. Like I watched that first season and was like,
yes,
I am an OG Survivor. I was pregnant with my son Jason when that premiered, and he's 25 now. And so that just tells you, like, I watched that first season. I was like, what? And Australia's probably my favorite season, funny enough. I love that
great
one.
season.
Yeah. And then what kind of started happening is as it went on, I just lost interest a little bit in it. But it was probably the first reality where I was like, this is interesting because you really saw the strategy and the alliances. It was a great one to watch. I have always been a fan of anything like the 90 Day Fiance.
I love 90 Day.
It's a train wreck, right? Like, how do you not love that? It's just those, in terms of games, like watching people. I think The Traitors is funny. Like, I like that. Like, but I'm thinking now that I was
understand it
on the show. Like, I think it's funny just because it's so. They try to make it so gothic. It was like just funny to me. I like that. You know what? In my younger years, you know what else? I was an original fan of The Real World, and then Road Rules. So that meant that I watched the original the Challenge. I love the Challenge when I used to know all the people who were on there. So in the early, when they first had those out, I was like, oh, I know who those people are. So I would watch it, and I loved those. And then recently, like I said, I already told you about my 90 Day Fiance. I don't like Love Island.
No.
I do love Married at First Sight. I do love Married at First Sight.
I told you before we started, I'm a reality TV show junkie. So I do watch every show that you mentioned religiously. But I want to talk about Survivor specifically for a second because both Matt Bingel and I are massive Survivor fans, and I understand that you haven't been into it in recent years, and that's fair. But did you watch 50?
I did not watch 50. I know I should have. I did not. And here's the weird thing that now it's the older blonde woman. Here's one of my best friends from college. One of her really close friends that her children grew up with, so this is a woman that I don't know, was the older blonde woman. And they brought her back for season 50. What is her name? Is this her? No, it's not Jen Lyon. I got to ask her. But anyway, what's hilarious to me is my friend Cindy's like, I have two friends who are on reality TV shows. I was like, there you go.
I feel bougie.
Well,
yeah.
I bring up Survivor 50 because, well, if you're gonna watch Survivor 50, I won't spoil it for you. But
okay.
I bring up 50 because Dee Valderas and Devins are on the current season of Big Brother. And I was like,
okay. Yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, okay, you go from because when I saw when I was watching the first episode of Big Brother and they came in, I'm like, so, because Dee was on Survivor 45 and Devin has played Survivor like 5 times. And I'm like, well, why? It's like, why are you going from Big Brother? I mean, from Survivor to
Big Brother.
Big Brother. Because to
It's
me,
gonna be the lap of luxury. That's the lap of luxury, right? Like I have food all the time.
you have food all the time. I mean, like, as I say, like, I'm a Big Brother fan, but I'm like sitting there and I'm listening to them talk about, because I watch the live feeds too, and I'm sitting there listening to them talk about their experience on Survivor. And
Interesting.
I understand 50 was filmed months ago, but
Yeah.
they basically came right off 50 and then went on
BB.
BB.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
know what's interesting? I think there are people, and it happens for some of them, but given how many reality TV shows there are now, I think it's harder and harder. There are people, they turn it into their career. I mean, what's his face? That kid from the guy from the Circles on Married. He was on Love Island and now he's on Married at First Sight.
Yeah,
Some,
you know who else?
Joey? No.
no, not Joey.
I know
What
who
is
you're
his?
talking about, though.
Yeah,
I know exactly who you're talking about. I can
yeah.
see his face.
Brown hair. Yeah.
Oh,
And he was
Yep.
on Love Island. You know, so I think some people
He-
they can turn. And look, QT did. You
I
know,
love
the
QT.
yeah, QT's done a few things. So, and I hope for all of them that they get something good out of it. Like I always hope for them. But I think, back in the day, like you think about Elizabeth Hasselhoff, right? She
Yeah.
went from Survivor. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
this career she's had. Like I think about, I remember even Cody. Like you can see, I like Survivor Australia. He got himself like into a lot of things. He was on TV. He was, did a bunch of things. I think you were able. It was easier to turn Rachel Campos, who is married to Sean Duffy. Notice I know my old school real world people.
Yep.
You know, back then those real world people kind of became little celebrities. I think it's a lot harder.
It's funny because you brought up it's funny you say that because you brought up the challenge earlier, and like I used to watch the challenge religiously, and like the recent seasons haven't been as good to
Yeah.
me because you bring in these rookies and you bring in these vets,
Mm.
and I'm like, okay. I mean, it's okay, but it's not something I would watch.
Yeah, I lost interest when it wasn't like the people, and there are certain people that made those shows special, and then it kind of
Yeah.
watered down. I almost feel like, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Maybe they were starting to get watered down. Is the like it's just not as
Yeah.
intense, and you don't the rival. Look, I understand
And-
rivalries are sometimes faked, but some of them were real, and you could tell like these people hated each other. Not so sure now. Maybe that's what it is too. Like you said, they brought in all these people, and maybe it's a little forced. There's something missing. The organic.
Well,
I don't know what it
Yeah.
is. Mhm.
as we've talked about, that certain reality shows, I mean, they don't tell you what to say or do, but they try to push you in a direction, and I feel like that's what they're doing now with the challenge.
Interesting. Yeah. And I think that's the thing about every reality TV show, right? That this is my understanding, and they would never share it with us because I would always be like, what are you guys doing back there?
How
I
rude of
think
them.
what they do is they have their ideal things that happen, right? And it's almost like choose your own adventure. If this happens, you go here. If this happens, you go here. So I think they
Right.
almost map it out. Wouldn't it be great if now, and I can tell you why I know we screwed up one of their grand plans, and I'll tell you those things. So my guess is they would like to see certain things happen. They can't and they won't tell us what to do, but they will try and influence us. So the best example I can give this. Oh wait, before I forget, this is in my office too.
Oh, that's so cute.
My mug that I drank my coffee out of every day. Anyway, so one night it was during our ratings. Okay, so we're doing our rankings, ratings, whatever you want to call it. And Finny, no one is there. You can stop barking. I'm not. The little one is the one who barks all the time.
That sounds like my dog when I'm outside and she's chasing squirrels.
So one night we are just doing these ratings, and whatever happened, I guess they didn't like the direction it was going in. It was hours, and they would come, and the way they talk to you, and we call it the VOG, the voice of God. They talk. They don't come in to talk to you. It's just through the speaker. Deb, can you explain? So they're trying to manipulate you, but not. You have to be very aware of it. We were tired, I know, and we all talked about this one night. We all knew something was up. They didn't like what was happening. That we were ruining something.
Oh well.
And what
Oh
was
well.
interesting is we were ruining something. They came to, and they would come back to me, Deb, go over your ratings with me again. And I was like, okay, tell me why. And then they'd be like, and are you worried? And you could see they were trying to cast doubt on some things.
Yeah.
There were some nights when that would happen. I'd be like, let me rethink this. This particular night, I was like, no, I don't know. I was just done. It was late. I was tired. I was annoyed. I just like, no. And eventually they stopped coming back to me, but we still don't hear, like, I'm waiting and waiting and wait, because they tell you can go to sleep, and we can't go to sleep. I'm like, what is happening? So they went around, obviously, and tried to get somebody to change something, but nobody that night did, apparently. So I don't know like what we messed up, but whatever like storyline that they thought they were going to be able to continue, we messed it up somehow.
So
We'll never get confirmation of that, right? We'll never be told what that was, but something went on that they were not happy about, because it was nonstop.
So were they going around from apartment to apartment, or was this just in the talkback? I'm assuming
in the talkback, right? So each person has their own producer that talks to you, so when you see me saying things like, maybe, so at the beginning, it's really weird because you have to learn to talk out loud. So you really do need the producers to say, okay, Deb, so tell us, what do you think of this contestant? And then what they show you, you don't hear that, but you see me going, wow, I think Kevin looks like a 40-year-old douchey guy. Like, he's not really, like, when you see me saying that, I've been prompted. And then it gets easier. You don't need as much prompting. You get used to saying everything out loud and saying things. So imagine that we're all in our own apartments. And the only reason we all know, we all talked about that night, like, did your producer keep coming on the VOG to talk to you? So I'm sitting on my couch, like falling asleep, and they're like, hey, Deb. And I was like, what?
That's a mood.
That sounds like something that would happen with me. I'm not going to lie to you.
And so it was really interesting. So, but they'll neither confirm nor deny our thoughts. Like, we've never gotten any confirmation, but, oh, this is funny. Madeline had a funny one. The smokers were allowed to go out and have smoke breaks. They would spread them out, and she needed her smoke break, and they were trying to get her to make a decision on something. And she's like, I could tell they were trying to manipulate me. Like, you could tell or something. And they're like, she's like, can I go for my smoke break? And we're like, well, if you can get this in. And she realized that they just wanted her to. And she said, in my head, I was like, fine, you know what? And let me see what happens. And she's like, fine, I'm going to do this. And they're like, okay, you get your smoke break. And we knew, like, we knew, but everything I did, like eating my salad in the bathtub, was 100% my idea. Like,
I love that.
I was very upset. About, I really thought I was going to be voted off. I was very sad, and I just wanted to eat dinner. I was really hungry, and I made this salad, but I also wanted to like relax and take a bath. And I just happened to be standing there. I was like, I just eat this salad in a bathtub. Like, I said it. Nobody suggested it. And they're like, do you want to do that, Deb? And I was like, I don't want to get naked. They're like, we can do it in a bathtub. They're like, you could do it in a, we wouldn't have you get naked. I was like, okay. And I literally laid in that tub eating salad in the bathtub.
That is something I would totally do. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yes, it would be. That would be something you would do.
Right? I mean, think about it. Like, no one planned. Like, people would say to me, why did you do that? I was like, I had hours by myself. Like, your brain is not working correctly. Like, you just do stupid things.
Yeah.
So when you're, go ahead,
I
Ben.
love that
Sorry.
It was me that was thinking.
Oh, go ahead,
I love
Matt.
that for you,
though. So when you're talking to the producer, how far away? Cause on most reality shows, you go into the room and the producer is there, and you can leave, and then they call you back. How far is your producer away from when they come on the VOD? Like, how far away are they from the apartment?
This particular apartment that we were in, half the apartment was us where we lived. They took over the entire other half and
Wow.
set up like everything in there. So I believe because our producers would, like I said, the morning one would come in the morning just to check on me, and then they'd leave, and they would only talk to me through the VOG. My guess is they could walk over anytime if they really wanted to, but the goal was really to leave us as alone as possible. So when the nighttime producer would come in, she would come in. So my guess is she was literally like it was kind of like a U-shaped building almost, and I think we were on this side of the U, they were on the other side with all their stuff. So that's where they were. But yeah, we never really saw them other than when they would just come in. And again, I really give them a lot of credit. They really did check in with us. Like I said, the psychologist always came in and just talked to me and I was always like, I love being alone. I love it. I'm great. Like, I don't care. I was like, this is my childhood, right? Like, it's the summer and your parents are working. Figure it out. Okay. But yeah, so imagine that they were just on the other side of the building, but we never saw them other than that brief, like, hey, just wanted to say hello, make sure you're okay.
Make sure you're alive, at least.
Oh, our favorite thing was to like, make sure you're hydrating. You would get that announcement. Like they must realize, like, and they'd be like, Deb, make sure you're hydrating. They would just say that over the VOG. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would need that reminder. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I forget that I exist. I'm like, oh yeah, I need the drink. That's right, I'm a human.
Yeah. And that's like I said, that's like I'm trying to think of any other funny things that with the VOG and the people coming in. Now and then there was the night that I got sick and I threw up and they send up a medic to come to me and they're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I realized, I think they thought I was having a heart attack or something, because of my age. I don't know. And I looked at him, I went, I ate too many Oreos and I threw them up. Do you have any Tums? And he's like, or an antacid? He's like, yeah, okay. Because the guy came up with like a defibrillator, like he came up with like all sorts of things. He ran into my apartment when I asked for like, someone to come up, and he was like, you could tell he had run there, and in the middle of the night, and he's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I was like, I threw up the cookies.
Yeah.
I got a question for the host. Can I say my line about Oreos, please?
Oh God, are we gonna be able to keep it in?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
I have a saying because I'm addicted to Oreos. Like I love the double stuff. I call myself a Horeo. I'm a whore for Oreos.
Love, that's me. That is like, okay. Wait, hang on. I'm putting it in my notes. Like, I keep things that I don't
Go for
want.
it. Go for it. You can steal that. You can even post it on Instagram if you want.
Oreo. Hang on, I gotta put my notes.
I'm addicted.
I am literally, I put things like this on my phone in my notes.
We have a book of quotes.
We got a whole text document.
That is
the stuff we've said.
Perfection.
That is amazing.
The best thing about going on the show, to be honest, is the people that I've gotten to meet, like, because of it. So, like, I've thoroughly enjoyed meeting you guys. Like, you guys are adorable, right? And I've gotten to meet all these other people also because people had reached out and wanted to, ask me, talk to me and ask me questions. And that has been the most fun, I think.
Really?
Doing a show like this afterwards for me, I guess also because I wasn't looking, like I said, to do another show or to turn this into some influencer thing. Yeah. It's been fun. And obviously I talk about my son that, died, my son, Jonathan.
Yeah.
I had a lot of,
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. I had a lot of parents who reached out to me and who had lost a child. And I wound up actually getting on some Zooms with other moms, and we just kind of talked about what we had been through. And I talked a lot about how, going on the show, like I always would say, Jonathan would have done really well on this show. Like, and I used to say he was the one who somehow got me on here. So I feel like so I met these really great moms and dads too, who just, were like, I saw you, and I had people who reached out. I just lost a child, and I wound up talking with them. And then I just had people reach out who just were like, I have to say, it was really fun. I had a lot of women in their 50s reach out and say it was really
Really?
fun seeing you getting a hot flash and just being like, I don't care, and I said, and that's why I think Angela resonated, not just because she's a character, but for women like myself, like, I'm like, yeah, that's me. Like, I totally get her. But she's like, she's
Weird
so,
animals.
so that was really fun. That's been really fun that I really got to talk to a lot of people who, and then I made friends with them. There was a woman just now who, she was really sweet, and she was asking me, her daughter had a bat mitzvah project, and I wound up sending her daughter like all these cute little things. And I was like, give me your address. And I sent it to her because she's like, when my daughter saw the show, she's like, Mom, that's you. So I said, oh, really now? I was like, I hope that wasn't an insult to you, right? Like that she's like, no, I didn't take it as an insult. So I wound up giving her my email, and we went back. And so I wound up sending her daughter a bunch of really funny things, like, and it was
awesome.
So that to me has been the most fun. These kind of things, meeting more people, finding about, hearing about you guys. Like, I love this, that, from all over the place, you're different people. And somehow you've pulled together and done this. So that to me is the most fun. So if any of you get to go on the show, I think if you go
plan
in
on
with
trying to apply for it.
I was about
you have
to say,
to apply, and here's the thing.
It'd probably be Andy the most who would probably be going on it.
Only because I'm part of the online reality game community on Discord, the orgs and everything. And if I'm not mistaken, you were in Circle the Circle one season, correct?
I did. I went in, they had me come on. Yeah. So that's the thing. So
yeah,
I feel like if you get to go on, if you go in with it and just say whatever happens, like, I hope I just meet really great people. And that's been the most fun for me.
Yeah.
That has been the best part of this.
Yeah. Harry's amazing. He's so funny. I've messaged him like, I got a question. I have a contestant from season 7 coming on for the podcast and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, can I promote it? He goes, yes, of course. Are you silly?
I'm looking for, hang on. I'm trying to see. I thought this week, but I didn't see anything. I thought the stuff for the new Hulu version I thought the casting was coming out today. I thought it was today, but I just checked. I haven't seen anything.
I would go
like, we have a group chat, and like, we'll all be like, hey guys, this is what's happening. Like
I saw that. Yeah. Because I know I don't know if you're in Danielle's group on Facebook.
I am. Mm-hmm.
I love that woman. She's so funny.
Oh my gosh, she's adorable. I love her. I love all, like, there's just been, like I said, I've met such wonderful people. And I think what it really does is, like, if you're ever getting down about, the world, no, you know what? There are really great, good people. Oh, and I think that has been just so good for me to be reminded of all the fun, wonderful people. So I hope that, Andy, if you're the one out of the 3, I hope you get on and just be, I gotta tell you, you know what? Why they will like you? Just be you. Like, that's the thing. Be yourself, and they'll just be like, "Oh, yeah."
No,
I will say one of the things I told you that they reached out to me for some other shows. You will appreciate this one. Like, hey, just for some, like, would you want to apply? Not that I would get on, just would I apply? Yeah. My favorite one was when they sent me the one for Squid Games, the reality. Like,
really?
So I wrote back and went, "You think that I would be willing to go and even have I didn't want to walk to the gym. You think I would run? Like, I've seen Squid Games that get, like, me. Like, why would you even send this to me?" That was probably my favorite one. And she wrote back, she's like, "Oh, Deb, because it was a blanket email. She's like, I know you won't go, you won't apply." I was like, okay.
And plus, now that I watch Squid Games too, obviously, they don't even feed you there.
They have them. You know what they do? The worst part is, who was one of the people? Antonio. Antonio was on the original. Yeah. Wow. He was number 400 and whatever he was. Mm-hmm. And he got out right away, doing hide and seek or whatever, 1, 2, 3, red light, green light. Sorry. But he said the worst thing about it,
I hate that game. Yeah.
First, if you ask Antonio about it, he'll tell you that first game, and he was out, it was like 11 hours of filming, and half of it, and half of it you were like stuck, frozen, and you were freezing cold because it was freezing and thing. You were starving. Like, he said, it was the worst filming thing. It was awful. Just think about it. You have 400 and stuff. Think about how many people they start with. it makes sense
Yeah.
when you think about that they've got to film things. Like, so the first red light, green light, that probably took an hour and a half to film it. And then you got to get all the reactions, make sure.
I wouldn't be able to.
No, but that was so fun. But that was my favorite one. I was like, yeah, I didn't walk out of my apartment. Do not send me anything that will require anything.
Well, dude, when you
Like,
walk
if you're
into
not that
those
good enough,
dorms, and I understand it's edited and whatever, but they don't feed you there either.
Well, they feed them, but yeah, you're not comfortable. That show, you're not from what again, my Antonio was, he's like, it was not a comfortable, fun. Like I said, I was eating up a storm. I ate all my Oreo. I was a Oreo for my Oreos. And like I had, they would be like, Deb, what food do you want to bring? I was like, do I need food or can I just eat ice cream like all day long? Like, like you just order what you want. So
it's okay. I also talk about potatoes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was very happy. At one point, they're like, Deb, can you cook something? Because I refuse to cook too. I don't like to cook. I was like, oh.
Well,
I was like, so you'll see me. I'm making pancakes one time, and the only reason I'm doing that is because they're like, come on, they need B-roll. They need to show you do it. So I was like, fine, bring me pancake mix. I'll make some pancakes.
I
would have said bring me a potato so I can become a
at
potato
least they only made you do it once.
Yes, once. I was like, I'm not cooking again. Don't ask me to cook. Don't ask me to do all those things.
Yeah.
You see, the simple answer is just get a potato and make a baked potato.
No, they wanted to
and
have
then you
that. I would have liked to have done that, but no, they were like, we need to see you like either chop. I'm like, what? They had here's the problem. They had no B-roll of me. Like sometimes I'd be reading and they're like, Deb, you've been reading for an hour. Can you get up and do something? I'm like, okay.
B-roll is
yes, I
B-roll.
will do something. I'll just read more. How about that?
How you like them apples?
It's something, isn't it?
They didn't like me reading.
I'll stand up and read at the counter.
Oh, I mean, they were a lot. And like I said, I fell asleep. They only showed me snoring that one time, though, at the very end of the season.
Yeah, they did.
And I snore. I know I snore. So I knew they would show it because I fell asleep every day. Every day in the afternoon, I fell asleep on that couch every single day. And every time they'd have to wake me and I'd be like, what? Every time they would, or like when they'd be like, alert. And we don't hear that loud blaring. It's added in at the end. What we hear is alert. Like they added in at the end, but still I would get startled every time.
Wait, so what? So you're obviously they just added in for the show, but like
the beeping, that loud beeping, yes, that's added for the show. But we do get startled by them because like I would be sleeping and they'd be like, "Oh!" I would just shit.
Who would say it though?
The producer.
So you would only see it pop up on the screen, and then well,
they would always try and surprise you. Like I wouldn't be looking at, and don't forget we had screens. We had screens everywhere. We had
like
one
everywhere.
Yeah, we had one in the kitchen, one in the living room. We had them in the bathroom, and we had them in your bedroom. So we had a screen everywhere. But they wanted to catch you when you weren't looking, so that way when you saw it, they'd be like, if they didn't yell alert at me because I was sleeping, they'd be like, Deb, and I'd look up and I'd be like, oh crap! Like I'd see alert. Like, they would somehow get my attention. You were always shocked by it. No matter what, you were always shocked by it. You were always completely thrown off guard. You never knew when an alert was coming. Well, it's the same thing like when they knock at the door. Oh, by the way, why do we all look so scared? They knock on your door and then go, it's not you. Ha ha. Like they mess with you.
That's so rude.
Wow.
They mess with you. Like that's the other thing. So you'd be like, oh, you'd think there was the final one when Jadeja went out, they knocked on my door. And I'm like, oh, they're like, nope, not you. I'm like,
you dicks.
Exactly. That was exactly right. But yeah, so that was fun. Those were good times, everybody. Good times. Is there anything I didn't answer? I feel like I've been talking. Like I'm a talker. So is there any question? Does anyone have a list like Matt, Andy, Matt? Do you have a question that you're burning to ask me? I'm happy to
I guess I have one more before we wrap.
Okay, I'm ready.
That is, actually, it's more of a statement. I just want to like say like, I really enjoyed meeting you. Also, I
Oh
really
yeah.
Yes.
I really enjoyed watching you. You were
you.
again, you were
Can't
my
believe-
winner pick, but that's fine. Hopefully,
That was me too. Yeah. You
hopefully,
were my favorite.
hopefully, see you on the circle again.
Maybe you never know. I mean, Hulu might be calling. Maybe I'll let you know.
Come on.
I can't let. I lied. I can't let you know. That's right. I couldn't let you know even if they did.
Right.
I mean, you
Because of
could, but it's
NDAs.
illegal.
But
No.
well, it's been a pleasure, and hopefully we can talk again soon.
Absolutely. And like I said, this is my favorite part of the fact that I got on there, that I get to meet. I would never have met you guys, and you all are wonderful. You'll send me. I want to send me the link to this, and I will
Absolutely.
make sure that I share it. I'm going to share it on all my socials, and hopefully you get even more people to come and watch you guys, because I love this. You guys are just, it's fun, right? Like, why?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's
Like I said, it's just an easygoing conversation.
this is stuff, all fun, good stuff. And if you guys are ever in Pittsburgh, hit me up. I will take you around. I'll take you around. I'll show you around the Berg. I love it here. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, like we would. I mean, we'd because we would love that.
That would be fun. We could do a tour of Pittsburgh, and you could be on the podcast being like, Deb, tell us about this. Like, I don't know, it's here. This is Matt Bingel. I don't know. I know.
Well,
this is the statue of Mr. Rogers. You know, he's filmed here. I don't know.
My favorite is I live in
Salem. And now you're gonna make me. Go look up the circle cast to see if it's out when this.
I know. Well, I just checked, and like I said, we said we would all share it. Whoever like got it first, so we could share it on our socials. I will share it on mine as soon as I see anything. So
could you personally send me the link if possible?
Yes. Like I said, I just checked. I thought it was coming today, but I haven't seen anything yet. But I will send you directly.
Okay, thank you, and again, thank you for joining us this week.
You guys are. I love you guys. You're the best. And like I said, I will share this immediately. And you know what? Let me know. Like, if you are interested, that if you wanted to talk to, like, I can ask. And like I can throw it out to the team. If you guys want to talk to anyone else, let me know.
Yeah,
I'm happy to throw it out to my kids.
You
just be like, would you join? They love doing this. They're the same like me. Like, they just love meeting people. They're all real. The twins are super busy. The twins are harder to get. They've been filming a lot of stuff.
Who would you reckon? Okay, well, let me ask you this then.
I gotta be honest with you. Kevin is a hoot to have on these.
Okay,
I would love Kevin.
I'm gonna send Kevin a message. Kevin they're all great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but I think
Kevin email me.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Because you have the Smorgasbord email.
Yep, I've watched everyone else's. Like, I watch what everyone posts there in the beginning when we all got all these podcasts. I love everyone, so I just want to put that out there. If anyone watching, I love everyone. I think they're all amazing.
We love you equally, obviously.
We love everyone.
We love you.
I gotta say, Kevin's a hoot on these. I think he's very funny. So I'm gonna do that. You guys are adorable. Keep me posted, and I'll keep you guys posted.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
You were the best. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. All right, bye.
Bye. That was really good.
Deb Levy, everybody. What a wonderful treat. Fantastic. You can check her out on Instagram. We never got to post this at the end there. Instagram, Facebook, and
possibly TikTok, I think.
Maybe that's a maybe. I don't know, but I know she's on Instagram. I do know that.
Oh yeah.
Shortly put, this was fantastic. This really was. And if you have not checked out the Circle, please check it out.
Go do it immediately.
Funny show, great concept.
Definitely start at season 1, because then you can see the progression on how intense it gets.
Oh yeah, definitely start with season 1. Absolutely. Real quick before we wrap, thoughts, you two?
She was an amazing human
She
being.
was
I would
amazing.
recommend
Uh,
to a friend.
Sorry we took over the interview, Bengal,
Hey,
on your show. But
listen.
It's
Listen,
our show, as he
know,
says it
you
too.
guys know about the circle more than me. To be fair, they introduced it to me not that long ago, so I do have catching up to do. But it was so much fun, and I think the circle is going to be one of my favorites that I check out.
I love how she brought on Philo.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
great.
it was great. Um, yeah, that's it.
That's it,
that's
guys.
it.
That's it. Like and subscribe for more. We do got some great episodes coming up. Next few episodes are going to be great. This one was amazing. One of my favorites so far. Thank you two for being here. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anytime. Thanks for having us.
Always love having these guys on. Follow them too, and follow the Smorgasbord on social media at Bingo Smorgasbord across all social medias, and like and subscribe for more. Meanwhile, we're out of here. Hope you got your fill. Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's all for now. Hope you got your fill. Join us next week for another fun-filled, enchanting, and exciting episode of Bingo Smorgasbord. Thanks for visiting. So long.